Yeah. So anyway, cues, we're going to see if we get that 411, 450 break, 409 down to the 402. That will, yeah, likely uh have me leaving something on the table to take it down. Now, on SPY, we're almost engulfing this whole candle up, right? And I'm looking at the 15-minute on the cues, but the story is the same, right? We're nearly engulfing this candle where we're sitting at the 50% mark of the whole candle, right? So engulfing that or opening up below it should give us the floor. And we'll see if that happens by the end of the day. Like if you take what I just told you on the 15-minute and then you draw a line here at the top, you see the potential for that channel to build that range. So anyway, that's anyone saying down doesn't understand what Bollinger Bands are. Listen, I'll tie you up with some Bollinger Bands, dude. Calm down. Bollinger these. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, so that's both SPY and the cues. You know, again, if we can gap down underneath that candle open, that's big. And I think that again, we start looking left and down, and there is a couple inevitable targets in front of us. 393.75 to the downside, right? Which more than likely I think gives us on that next leg down to 388.30. Which is going to be right here. And I know it's a little thin, but this is a old cost basis, right? Still relevant, actually. That's still a relevant cost basis that would punch you down into this pocket here, and this giving way because it's not filled with volume. If you got a candle close under 372.76, all the way down, you can see how we ripped opens up those windows, you know, years ago, opens up those windows now. So
I got a target down there, 347.80, I think it was.
I have an algo and it's saying buy. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we've got
Why are you here?
anyway, moving on. We got IWM with a random blue line. All right, can we get back to the future? There we go. So this one's different, right? 24-hour candle close is in the wick and under the body. So this one, man, I tell you what, if you caught that shit, bravo. Because I missed it.
I tell you what.
I tell you what. I just talked to a guy who sounded just like that. So anyway, this one with the immediate leg down, I see the potential, yes, still for a build of range, because this is, while I have it drawn as a box, I'm just using it to describe the current range or potential, because this could rise up and be the same story. So if you are short, obviously, you know, again, worst case scenario, look on the empty space side. You have a retest of 182, if that makes sense, or beyond. But this one does not have that channel. So if you're still short on a gap down, I could definitely see IWM moving down, and that's your next goal, is to get an idea of where that would be. And I feel pretty good about placing that target at 169.72. Coco, please stop. And then a box underneath you, I think, gives you a drop to 165.50 on IWM. So I have talked about those. So all right, well, keeping an eye on the market. 5-minute here. Actually, we'll just stick with the 30-minute. Here's my channel. Right, that's the upside of that channel. Here's what I would describe as the potential range. Again, if this is the box building, it doesn't necessarily promise anything because you're building the box. But anyway, if you guys have anything that you would like for me to take a look at, let's do that now. And let's try and find, again, solid plays that we feel confident in based on their candle closes. So first one is Disney. And this is one that fuck, man, I want it too. And so taking it, I think, gives you a great target of $80, and then you have a lurking $79 flat underneath, right? But I don't want that. I want, hold on, bear with me. I want a leg down, and I'm going to piece this up. Ultimately, I'd like to see a breakdown to 67, 65. Good expiration, and that's going to be important. Disney, there we go. A good expiration, which would more than likely be somewhere around 24 days out, right? And looking down. Actually, preferably would actually say 31 days out, which would be May 9th. That one gets a little weird because the spread breaks down as you look towards those $60 and $65 targets. So there's not a lot of volume there. Weekly, we haven't even touched, right, the actual floor here to our left at 79.17. So there's still more opportunities to take it down. You could add or set up a speculative position. But I do think that looking at what I see in front of me, candle bounces off of this, but holds the floor, comes back up, fills the empty space, goes up, fills that gap, or taps up that green candle, and perhaps following that market structure I just explained, there could go down. So I feel I like it too. I'm with you. I want a gap down, again, flatly underneath $80. And pushing underneath 79, and I know it's a wide target, but it's absolutely possible. So, but market cooperation is definitely going to be important here. So, Tesla $200 puts printed. Good job, man. Nice job, Polish Pete. Am I still holding BABA puts? Yes, I am still holding BABA puts at a whopping 5,516%. Pretty nice. Pretty delightful, if you ask me. Okay, so this is going to be solved only by looking at the lower time frame, right? I can come to a few conclusions here. Now, I would say this is going to be a little bit tougher, right? That previous resistance is what you just rejected, but what have you lost? And you can't see that because you just have a big honking green candle, right? So you have to move down and start identifying where structure, right, is at. We can see there's a floor up above us here at 2680, right? And then we have a break over 2591, which would make for our next target to the downside. Now, I don't like looking at this as a box, but I'll use it to explain the range because ranges still typically abide by 50%. Just doesn't give you that promise of a punchback. At the moment, I think if you pop down, that floor changes and looks like this, right? So it is either you bounce back up and you continue moving down until you can come back and retest, but it's not until you're back underneath 2590 that I would feel confident or feel better. I mean, it's developing the top, but like I said, you with the setup that you have to the downside, it would make me feel more comfortable if you're short under here or under here. Just give me my baba. And my... That's funny. That's funny. That was a good one. Thank you for the gifts, by the way. You don't have to do that. I just saw them. I don't know what that means though. Does it say 6? Oh, maybe it didn't. Never mind. Hymns. 24. Very similar, right? So either this is the potential or, and I think hymns, while it is a little weird, right? That was perfectly placed right there. Good job. Who did that? See, I don't want to draw that as a box, but I would say, yeah, if you are opening underneath this, you go ahead and start aiming for a nice drop into the $19 flat. Yeah, I want BABA lower. I will hedge it. I could hedge it like for the. It's wild. Like now at these contracts, like price, I could put $500 covering what I originally invested as 60 and still come out on fire. So if yes, I am banking on Baba continuing to fall. And it is something I am going to probably have to roll out. So, Jorge, I expect you to fill me in on that Amazon play or that Disney play if I miss it, dude.
Yeah, you know what? From what you said, like that's usually where I mess up, bro. Like the setup can always look like really, like it could really look better. And sometimes I jump the gun, but how you explained it, going up, building the box, coming back down,
Yeah.
that's that look better. So.
Fuck yeah, good. What are you your man? Damn. You want to get your nails done? Well, just let me know. All right.
Daddy.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up! Don't ever do that again. I feel the same way I do about this. You know, it makes me feel a little bit indifferent on the hourly. On the 24-hour, again, you don't have much. 4-hour, not much here. But this is where I get I'm a little suspect because it does show that candles close at 177, and then there's a floor here. So is this cost basis, right? And there is a channel like our major ETFs perfectly set up here. So, you know, this is where, again, do you have the signal or do you not? So you could see something along these lines. We could see a little pop up and squeeze. Because remember, I'm gonna do it again. I know you guys probably getting sick of me showing you this, but this is just so for your information, right? Let's go back to COVID. Put your mask on. Sorry, too soon. All right. So on the drop, right? We get 5 days down. Look at this fucking rip, right? You rip from 284 all the way back up to 300. So you get a $25 move in just a matter of 2 days, 2 or 3 days. So we're looking at the Qs, right? And since we've dropped in and bounced, it's only been a day. Right? So we could see that curl back up. Now, if I'm wrong, which I'll be in place, but if something happens overnight and we just straight the fuck up break, I'm not really willing to pile into that, right? I don't mind speculating, but I don't want to. That's just me. I just don't want to pile into that because I just don't feel good about it. I'm willing to take it short if I have to tomorrow. Everything is hyper and still inflated. And that's why I want more sideways action. I'm trying not to blur what I want from what's in front of me, but what's in front of me lines up with what I want, which is sideways action. And that's why I called for the potential rejection off of the wick and the box building that we have basically begun. So just a guy. We gapping down overnight, homie. Thank you. Just a guy. I spent years and then you came along and saved me. How could I ever repay you?
Yeah, do you have a Discord?
Yeah. Let's see here. Pepsi.
I think I want my money back.
No refunds. Yeah, that's good. That looks. I mean, I just short Pepsi off principle. I had a Pepsi on accident in Orlando. Terrible. I don't even drink Coke or Pepsi. I wouldn't even steal Pepsi. I wouldn't even clean my garbage disposal out with Pepsi. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Too far.
Do you line it up though?
Huh?
Do you line it up?
Line what up? I swear to God, dude. What are you talking about? I see a good play down to 134.81, 135.50. That's what I see. Especially once you lose 140.50. All right, PLTR. Oh my God. Peyton, I'm getting Dave's hot chicken again. I want it. God damn it. All right, so if you have a request, my answer is probably more, potentially more sideways action. I feel bad, but that's just the way it is. It's how the cookie crumbles. You, yes, I think have an overnight move. See, this is what I see. And maybe that dork is right? I don't think we gap down onto the lows, but wouldn't it be super convenient to gap down, wick it, rip it, right? Retest it, bonk it, squeeze it. But that plays into maybe not. Yeah, that plays into what I see in front of me. So, and that's on the hourly, 24-hour. Again, doesn't really give us much. So if you're short, which again, I still have runners, I'm still holding on to shorts myself. I feel like this is the time to have something. Something needs to be on the table. Even if it has a little bit of expiration on it. I think it's worth the risk. Unless you're dealing with a $200 account, you still got to make plays that make sense. But with PLTR 24-hour time frame, it's hard not to call for continuation chop wise. The channel is set. I see SQQQ running. But I will, tomorrow morning, if we've gapped down and we're somewhere different, okay, perhaps the channel isn't in play, but it doesn't change the fact that we would still have to go and flush directly underneath these candle opens, which wild. So, if anybody could do it, Trump can. Trumpy dumpy. I'm riding that Trump dump. It's not political. It's just facts. Just riding the Trump dump. I rode the Obama dump. The Biden pump. Biden pumped to Marcus, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
You can't say that, dude.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna trigger people.
I mean, Biden, he wasn't pumping him. His Alzheimer medication was. He doesn't even remember what the market is.
Yo, bro.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so the analysis is the same. I think that we're looking for a loss of $96, and there's a straight up target around $93.50, $93 flat, followed by 88 if you got giant cojones.
Oh yeah.
I'm old. It's worth it. Imagine the look on Payton. Yeah, just imagine the look on Peyton's face when I hand her half of her gains.
Daddy.
The tax man.
Hey, Garrett, how long out would you take that though? Just curious.
I mean, if I roll it out, man, I gotta give it a good 2 weeks. With the momentum and current sentiment, that adds to it. It's not the deciding factor, but it adds to it. And so I would say 2 to 3 weeks, and if you're banking on something bigger, which is basically us looking at, be safe, love you.
Potter, you were just at Disney. Where's Disney their shit get made at? Does China make it?
Yeah, definitely. China makes it. Yeah, everything's made. Hold on, let me look at my lightsaber. Actually, I got a bunch of shit from China. I got like a jade goose. I got a Wukong stachio, and one of those cats that just keeps waving. I really enjoy that thing a lot. Sometimes just zone out on it. When I look at this, yeah, it's too ugly. But the main thing here, everybody who is interested in shorting China, you don't ever, especially on these higher time frames, want to be pulled back underneath these sell levels. Hold on one second. Did she just blow out a candle?
Daddy.
Blow out a candle and then leave. I think the house is on fire. Q's right here could be a good 0.2 trim. This is 412.06. Let's see if the analysis changes. Can I elaborate? I like that. On when is the best to roll out or close? Well, when you near expiration, right? If you're deep in profit and you've got 3 days until expiration and you see more downside, there's your sign.
So if you have those 2 contracts, Gary, you can roll those out for further expiration. Like, how does that work though?
Pulling out, well, this is on Peyton's account, and I'll probably just get out of hers. She's got 2 contracts, and if I decide to go lower, I'm gonna have to. Here's what I'm gonna do, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a lot to go off of. Nope, I'm gonna do it from the bottom. This is a monthly channel, right? So I think this thing is likely maxed out, and if this monthly candle closes and holds underneath, look at this across the board, folks. Across the board, this has been the wall, the Great Wall of Baba. It's perfectly. The potential here is back to the lows, right? And, we'll keep in mind that, there's a channel here as well. And that those would be 2 targets. So there's definitely potential continuation to the downside, much, much further. So, with me, I've got about 12, and, sitting on this, it's like, okay, well, I could take a fraction of this, or, I don't know, a 16th of it, and roll myself out 3 weeks. And rolling contracts is just everybody always makes fancy names for dumb shit. It's like, which I get it, but it's like, you're just selling your contract and using the profits to buy a longer expiration. Some brokerages allow you to do that without using your BP. So you're on margin when you do it because the cash is not settled, but you can roll that money into another farther out expiration, and that's it. So
Appreciate it, partner. Thank you.
yeah, no problem. All right, we're melting down here, so if we continue melting down, I'm aiming for 2 targets, 408.40 to trim and the floor. Right. What else are we looking at?
Looks like MMM and Disney are approaching.
You know what, Bobby? I'll give you a signal. I'm gonna come mulch you, dude. Oh, perfect. We did respond to the trend line, so if you took that as a potential, that was pretty fire right there. We'll see what this results.
with you.
You're in Baba with me. Good. Now it's gonna gap up.
Hey Gary, just a question about Baba before you leave it. Now a lot of this from Baba is due to the trade stuff.
Right.
You have any issue like in the next couple of weeks if they come in and say, oh, we're getting rid of all tariffs and everything like that? Baba's probably going to go through the roof. Do you have any like?
Yeah, that's why each day there has to be a hedge. There has to, even if it's just ridiculously far out of the money, but. In my opinion, there is going to be resolve. This will end with something. They're going to shake hands, and something should figure itself out. But it doesn't scare me in a way to do this or to continue shorting with the current setup that we have. And it doesn't really appear that he's looking to back down on his position here. By the way, if you are. We are getting close to the end of the day. You're going to need to zoom in on the cues. And if you would like to get into a potential swing trade, you can use this baby box right here on the 5-minute. See if you get that reclaim for 14.50 and a move up and out. All right, so let's move on. Rocket Labs. You need to lose the same floor you reclaimed, and that's 16.17, and that could give you another crack down here, but that's a tough one because you haven't lost the floor, so there's no signal. MMM. I'm making bank. Good. Yeah, we are too.
What was the point of him saying that?
I don't know. It's a weird flex. That is by definition. Of
Good job.
I mean, hopefully he's making.
It's always the second profiles, bro. They never come in on their main profile. They're always like.
I hope he's making bank. I mean, good.
It's a random user.
I'm making bank, guys.
Sounds like caveman talk. I make money.
The bot.
PDN777. I saw your message, by the way. Quick retest. MMM, same case. Gap down underneath 124.75, and you can try and go fill that candle up, but you're going to need lower time frame help. So tomorrow, right here, 123.75.
Hey, Garrett, you don't think MMM is worth getting into tonight? Today?
You know what? I don't think it's the worst idea in the world, only because you have 3 rejections off the top.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just taking a Q hedge, along with that. But
Yeah, I mean, you could go somewhere up around 139, depending on what the contracts are worth. Because if we do get that market bounce, right, it would be off of this floor. It would send you up, fill that gap, and then, like everything else, give you that punch while also delivering you a channel.
yeah, that makes sense.
No, it's not healthy. Or halal, or it is haram. It's not halal. But chicharrones with chili lime powder on them. Oh,
Yeah, that slaps. I'm not gonna lie.
see what we get. It's either a flat bottom or a channel. All right. Let's keep going. SMCI. SMCI. Ooh. Hold on. Next target is going to be $30 to the downside. Right there. I think you'll fill up that empty space, retest $30, and then from there, I'll show you what I see. Do you see what I see? Channel, which could lead you back down here around 28.67. I know it's haram. I know. How bad do I think it will get? My personal opinion, much worse. But any businessman is going to whip things around, right? It's not going to be... I mean, we've seen some of the biggest drops we've ever seen on things like Apple. Apple's never done this shit before. That's the biggest drop I've ever seen on it.
Hey, Potter, would you be comfortable swinging those SMCIs into tomorrow? I mean, I
Yes.
already took profit at 300%.
Yes.
So
Yes, I would.
Apple looks so good down farther too.
You just call me father.
Further.
Oh, I was gonna say okay. It looks it looks good down, father.
I mean, you did have that Star Wars thing.
There's too many. What are we gonna do? 483.23 obviously is the floor here. If we, I mean, we're engulfing the candle, folks. So my target down on SPY. I have 2 targets down. Right, I have 483. I don't know what you have about 490, and a fat target of 478. Those are my next targets at the downside. Now, what that leads to, and if this is going to continue crashing, is a cost basis target of 472.50, and this is just going to be like dominoes. is 460. That's gonna be a big one. What the?
In 360.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that. Spy projections. Bear channel. Beautiful.
Do you have Spy on your screen? Because it's not on Ivy's screen.
Ivy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
What are you
Yeah,
saying?
same.
It's right here. It's on the left.
Ivy's
The
screen doesn't
SMCI
show
and
that.
CPQs on
Is
Ivy's
my
screen.
mouse moving on Ivy's screen, or is anything moving?
Nothing. It's just a screenshot, basically.
Oh, Ivy, will you reset yourself?
Yeah, we go off of Ivy's. Marcus Holt.
Damn, she probably left.
No, she fixed it. Thanks, Ivy.
I'm just gonna FaceTime her. I'm almost at 6,000% on these Baba puts, dude.
Hell yeah.
Damn, these things are spicy. It was so good.
Disney's dropping too, though.
Yeah, I know.
I want to take it, man, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna wait.
Hold on. What are the prices? Let's talk money.
You're welcome, puppy.
Thank you, Papa. Damn, these are fucking juiced. 70s. 70s to the downside are fucking cheap, but that's days away. 65s, that's far as fuck out of the money.
StacksInvestments.com.
Yeah, you're gonna pay a little bit of, out of pocket here. I think the most important thing about this setup, if you decide to take this, is that you know exactly where the fuck you get out. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, for example, you gap down to 79, and then you reclaim. Look at all the empty space. Don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it. So, if you have discipline, go for it. Right? We're in the conditions where this could get a lot done overnight. But, you you got 10 minutes to make a decision here.
Would you take next week's, or that's too? Or you're saying 3 weeks out, like you said earlier?
You know what I almost want to do on this is, I mean, yeah, taking it three weeks out is fine. But if this thing can fucking pop up and fill this empty space tomorrow that we created to the downside, those puts will lose so much value. And that's what I want. I want those. But, you can't always get what you want.
I mean, we did drop pretty heavy, though, last couple hours. Or today as well, right?
My main thing is, what did we lose? We haven't lost
I
the
don't even
open.
see a box.
Yeah, so. Damn.
So tempting, but I told myself after I hit that Baba trade that I would not take anything unless it was a box, and I just don't see a box.
Damn, is it good? Oh, you guys must be able. Yeah, that shit is delicious. My bad. How do you guys hear that? I have crisp on. Listen, these things are addicting. I can't stop. Dipping them in all sorts of shit too. All right. Let's see. Redfin, Nike. Sorry, I skipped that. Netflix, SMCI. Okay. Skip through these. I want Netflix. That's actually one that I want so bad, and I think it goes to the floor. So if you're up for a short, you're at cost basis now, but that also requires that the Qs do the same thing, right? Here's your channel, your target. Watch around 832.14 and 820.50. I might have to do some rich people shit here on Netflix.
Yeah, good luck.
God damn, these things are fucking juiced. Holy crap. 9 days
Fuck it.
out. Dude, 9 days out is like. But we know how Netflix falls, so if I can hit that shit, oh. We're going to 770. Lance, yeah, that's why I called that rejection up at the top for the cues. I melted right back down. It was beautiful. $4.17. Yeah, that could be a good earnings target for Netflix.
Those contracts are insane.
Insane. Yeah.
Rich for my blood.
Is it possible to get 1,000% trades on futures? I don't think it works that way. Just percentage wise. Damn, Nike. Listen, if you're gonna take it, fuck. Where's the target down? $50.12, $49.31, and $47.75. You got 3 rejections up at the top, you know, and that's telling for sure. Unless your plan is to build a bigger box. But I could see this thing definitely legging down. Watch how it responds to 50. What are you talking about? Baba is squeezing. What are you saying right now to me? Why are you scaring me? Yeah, don't let temptation get you here. As far as a hedge is concerned for Baba, I'm aiming all the way back up into the 130s, and again, IV travels pretty far. If anything positive happens, I think we go and hit 120 area, and those are fucking cheap. Again, we paid 30, cents for what's now selling at fucking
Gary, you looking at weekly 120s for Friday?
To hedge. Yeah, just as a hedge. That's it. Probably.
I was looking at the 105s.
Oh shit, dude. I mean, if that fits your fancy, but risk to reward wise, we know how Baba moves overnight. Those would being able to compound those would greatly reward. Imagine it does go against us, like damn, but then you're gonna receive that huge pump of IV, and those contracts are gonna go wild. Am I eating Epcot Japan snacks? No. Stop doing that, words matter. Shoebody doo. All right. When you hedge to buy the same amount of contracts? No, not always. I'm trying to stay low risk on the other side too. I can tell you right now that this thing is also in a box. So either you gap down below the wicks or you're going to continue chopping inside of it. The next target down upon a breakdown, though, is 63.80. No, I'm using the Qs and SPY. Feel free to speculate. I mean, you're there. You hit the channel that we drew yesterday. So either this goes for a break or you spin back up and punch through this. And
Did you buy Netflix?
Did I? No. Baidu's the same way. I mean, Baidu has a interesting target to the downside. You've got basically only 73, 72 left. My name's Jeff. God dog, these Q puts are, the Qs are so jacked. Oh my god, dude, the IV is so far out. People are buying 350s. They're being traded right now.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
I got 375.
We're banking on a crash, man.
I got 350s.
Trump dump.
Friday though.
All we got to do is dump this motherfucker tomorrow.
Yep. Feel like they should
And
give
in
us
the middle
one
of the
more.
night, Trump's gonna tweet no tariffs.
Yeah, right. Dude, we ripped so hard. Fucking circuit breakers would halt us up. Ooh. That's going to get interesting. Right there. 860. That's it. You need 860 to drop, and this thing, man, I tell you what, that's a fat candle right there. Yeah, that's going to be the most important level to me. All right. Yeah, I still swing trade with all the news. Fuck yeah. I'm up right now on my Baba puts. I'm still holding 5,400%. So, yeah, I mean, we did hold the trend line.
That's got to be the most gangster shit ever to be up 5,000%. Just like I'm just still holding.
I mean, it feels pretty gangster. I can't lie.
I can promise you, 99.999% of us would have been sold shit.
People, you guys are getting better though. Definitely are getting better.
I think there's like a little bit more clarity too in the market where the charts show it too as well.
Yeah, we're flowing. Even building this box, man, was super predictable. So, yeah, so this one has that same channel dynamic. So I think the SMCI goes down to 2977. I mean, it bounced here at the end of the day. So perhaps you get a quick retest at 3271 tomorrow. But otherwise, yeah, once you drop down in here, you have 2980 and 2984 and 2862. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm door dashing.
No.
Dude, Baba, what am I supposed to what am I supposed to do? This
Jeff.
almost has the same. Yeah, what's up?
Sorry to interrupt you. Can I restart my PC real quick?
Of course.
It's not showing any image on my main monitor.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I was about to say, Potter, you always getting full.
I'm always getting who?
Cool.
Yeah. Over DoorDash is ruining my life.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm switching over to Uber Eats.
That's
Yeah, you're not a
worse.
very good influence, man.
That's so worse. I mean, that's more worse.
Listen, I love good food. I just like we had soup dumplings and sushi last night. Bussin'. But
Can't go wrong.
dude, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes at night I come down here and I put butter on a slice of bread, dude. Just eat it. In my
Yeah, that
boxes.
always slaps.
1 o'clock in the morning, dude. Sometimes I put a little salt on there if I'm feeling closer to death.
Organic, grass fed only.
The butter, yeah. You know. Let's talk about
Welcome
buttered
to-
sausage.
So welcome to the good life, puppy.
Salt's from his dried sweat.
Yep. Ew.
Yeah, it's salt from an asteroid. Yeah, buttered bread, dude. Delightful. So it's what we trade for.
Especially
Bread.
when the butter's warm.
I mean, you go ahead and try and spread cold butter on a soft piece of bread. You're gonna end up with a bread butter ball.
Yeah.
I just oh my god.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. What it does.
I just sent you another video that I edited with
Let's talk about 104%
ADT.
tariff on China.
Let me see. Oh, TikTok's gonna see this. Here's a pre.
This one's good. You'll
I
laugh.
think you just called the Zebo a butterball. Damn.
These live on the previous. Lots of questions. Tag other people. Talk to the people that are in there who have been in my Discord, who are currently in my Discord. Ask them as many questions as you want. I'm not one of those people who want you to not talk to people like Coach CWC from American Dream Trading, who's a piece of shit. Oh my god! I just shocked myself, dude.
Do you like the little sweats on his face?
That was good.
Yeah, I've been watching more of that guy in terms like I just always skim and that guy's a piece of shit, dude.
Hi, baby.
Hey,
I missed
hey,
you.
do you see how Jay Dunn
Alright.
is
1 second.
teaching Orb now?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Jay Dunn, that's hold on.
Dang, he got bored of sitting in front of a
Alright.
screen
I
doing
think actually
nothing.
was just
Thank you for telling the internet that. Yep,
watching.
Ellie
Hold
snuck
on.
in. All right. Coca-Cola? Yeah, let's take a look at it. I think GoDaddy stays in its whittle box. Finch, Sammy, you got my number, dude? Still, I think.
Yes, chef.
What's that guy's name? Who? Marzel? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Dude, that video was hilarious. I love that. Again, another one of those stocks that, 24-hour candle isn't really telling me much, and it looks like it's building a channel. Everything looks the same, which tells me that everybody is in agreement. We're fucked. Sorry, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you got a little box right there. Bounce off cost basis 67.89. So hell yeah, man. Keep grinding. Putting out more and more educational stuff, so damn, I forgot that Ivy posted that picture. Or is that Alex with the Jergens next to the computer? From the video. That's Chad from CWC or Coach CWC or whatever the fuck he calls himself. So calls or puts on SPY? I don't know, both. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys have been able to either A, sit on cash, be patient. I know it's really tough watching the market move in a range and not involving yourself, but when you want to make money, we stick with those empty space pockets. Again, some of you guys are a little bit more proficient at lower time frame trading or taking rejections. Awesome. That's and I'm glad you guys were able to take advantage of that today. So tomorrow, we're going to take this whole economic meltdown. We're gonna take it day by day because that's all the fuck we can do. Considering the person who is perhaps causing that economic tumultuous environment that we're submerged in. So I think we're living tweet by tweet. If I did the course already, how can I rejoin the Discord? Anybody who's taken the workshop can message Ivy for a yeah, we should get the tweet bot back in here. You're not lying. Can message Ivy for the quarterly, which is a 3-month membership, or you could just get the yearly or the lifetime. The code is Potter Stocks, all caps, with an S at the end. Ivy posted it a bunch. 35. I don't know why she didn't put Disney Dump, but you know. All right. Anything else? Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
I'll see you guys.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. 8:30 EM or AM.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Night night.
Bye bye.
All right. Grab the market by the parts. That's a pretty interesting. So the code is like this. It's Potter Stocks 35. That's it. I'll leave that up there for a second. Let's see if Dave's Hot Chicken is open. I'll leave it up until it's not popping up, so it's probably not open. Not accepting orders. Yes, it is accepting orders. Oh, look what. 2 sliders and a fry. We're going from medium. Wait, I ordered by 10 others. We're gonna do medium. Mild. Oh, I guess we can click.